Title: The hidden German tank the Nazis couldn't control. During the Second World War, the Wehrmacht communicated over the radio, highlighting select individuals among the millions serving. This was considered the highest honor that any soldier, regardless of rank, could receive. Notably, throughout the entire conflict, only one non-commissioned officer of the German tank arm was mentioned in the Wehrmacht radio communique, Kurt Knispel. Despite being the best Panzer ace with a reported 168 tank kills, he never received the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross, even though he was recommended 4 times. Knispel was known for his penchant for breaking rules, sporting long hair and a beard, and his particular disdain for abusive Schutzstaffel officers, which earned him quite a few enemies within the ranks. Nonetheless, he is widely regarded as the most successful tank ace of the Second World War. Yet, this affable rule-breaker is also the most forgotten Panzer ace of them all. Kurt Knispel was just 17 years old when the Sudetenland, now part of the Czech Republic, was occupied by Nazi Germany on October 1, 1938. From a young age, Knispel developed a fascination with the automobile industry, enjoying work on mechanized machines and vehicles. In 1940, he joined the Heer Wehrmacht forces. He began his basic training at the Panzer Replacement Training Battalion in Sagen, Lower Silesia, where his favorite lessons involved armored warfare, particularly in Germany's impressive tanks like the Panzer I, II, and IV. After his training, Knispel was transferred to a field unit of the 12th Panzer Division, where he completed his training as a loader and gunner on the Panzer IV. Despite his superiors quickly recognizing his extraordinary abilities as a gunner, Knispel remained a loader. When the Wehrmacht's Army Group Center launched the invasion against Soviet Russia in June 1941 as part of Operation Barbarossa, the 12th Panzer Division was involved. By July, still on Soviet soil, and with Knispel's Panzer tank too damaged to repair, his unit was transferred to Army Group North, setting their course toward Leningrad. It was then that Knispel and his Panzer IV tank were hit by a Soviet shell. While the entire crew evacuated, Knispel stayed inside, determined. He peered through his periscope, spotted the enemy's T-34 tank, and destroyed it. This marked the first tank to fall to Knispel's sharp eye. Despite months of fighting, Leningrad remained in Soviet hands. During this operation, the Panzer Regiment 29 suffered significant losses, leading to the merging of the 9th Company with Knispel's 3rd. It was here that Knispel met Obergefreiter Alfred Rubbel, a fearless tank commander who became a close friend. According to Rubbel, Knispel never abandoned his comrades, even in the most challenging situations. On May 17, 1942, Knispel and his unit returned to Germany. Upon their arrival, a brand-new Panzer IV tank, equipped with a long-barreled 75mm gun, was waiting for both Rubbel and Knispel. During a short leave, they learned that their unit would be attached to the 3rd Abteilung, Panzer Regiment 4 of the 13th Panzer Division. While most of the newly reformed unit was already en route to Ukraine, Rubbel and Knispel had to wait a few days to familiarize themselves with their new vehicle. On their way to their next mission, their train stopped in Krakow, Poland. There, Knispel heard cries and yelling in Russian and rushed to the scene, finding a Soviet prisoner being mistreated by a Schutzstaffel guard. With a pistol in hand, Knispel intervened, resulting in an altercation with the SS guard. This bold action led to Knispel falling out of favor with the German military police and army. Although his commander continuously defended him during his service, Knispel was repeatedly denied medals, recognition, and advancement through the ranks. Knispel was a natural rule-breaker. Sporting tattoos, a goatee, longer than allowed hair, and a strong aversion to injustice, he stood out from the crowd. Nevertheless, he was well liked by his comrades, and his skills were unparalleled. Knispel and his unit arrived in Ukraine on August 4th, 1942, joining the Panzer Regiment 4 in the Caucasus Mountains, a region between the Black and Caspian Seas. During the battles there, Knispel added 12 more tanks to his kill list, finally receiving some official recognition. He was promoted to Unteroffizier and awarded the Iron Cross Second Class. Among a select few, he had the opportunity to man the new Tiger I tank. After a Christmas break, Knispel joined the 1st Company of the Schwere Panzerabteilung 503 heavy tank battalions. In the spring of 1943, Knispel and his new unit headed east to participate in Operation Zitadelle, also known as the Battle of Kursk, one of the largest tank battles in history. Beginning on July 5, 1943, Knispel and the Heavy Tank Battalion 503 were tasked with clearing the roads for the 6th Panzer Division on the right flank of Operation Zitadelle. Knispel successfully eliminated several anti-tank positions. He was unstoppable. 2 days later, he destroyed a Soviet T-34 almost a mile away in a single shot, and 7 more the next day, with some targets as far as 1.25 miles. When his platoon encountered a Soviet column of 14 tanks, the Germans opened fire and destroyed 11 in minutes. On July 16th, Knispel broke his record when his platoon was tasked with aiding a cavalry brigade in danger of falling into Soviet hands, destroying an enemy tank almost 3 miles away. Over the following months, the 503 Heavy Tank Battalion assisted several German units in avoiding Russian decimation. During a nighttime mission, Knispel was positioned as a tank commander around Auschwitz when he heard Soviet tanks approaching. As a third Tiger joined the fray, chaos ensued. The German commanders attempted to illuminate the sky while trying to set the Soviet tanks ablaze. The battle concluded when the third Tiger was hit by a T-34 and Knispel's engine overheated. Ultimately, Knispel destroyed a staggering 27 tanks during the Kursk campaign, earning him the Iron Cross First Class. By September 1943, Knispel had downed 80 enemy tanks. In January, Knispel and the 34 Tiger tanks of the 503 Heavy Tank Battalion were integrated into the Armored Kampfgruppe Beke and tasked with liberating men trapped in the Cherkasy pocket. During this mission, the Tiger Group eliminated an astounding 267 Soviet tanks. By spring, Knispel's tally surpassed 100 kills, earning him the German Cross in Gold. Days before the Allied invasion of Normandy in June 1944, Knispel and his men returned to Germany, receiving the brand-new King Tiger tanks. The 503 were immediately sent to France to counter the unstoppable Allied threat. Despite significant success on the Eastern Front, Knispel only destroyed 2 Allied tanks in Normandy, likely due to the different nature of combat and battlefield conditions. As the battalion returned to Germany for one more reformation near the end of August, Knispel was granted a visit to his hometown. Yet, he was back on the battlefield by October. He and his unit were sent to the outskirts of Skonemédy, Hungary, where he achieved his 126th hit. His commander, Hauptmann Dr. Dienstkörper, recommended him for the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross. One of 4 times Knispel's commanders did so throughout the war. Recognizing his outstanding courage, situational awareness, and superb handling of weaponry. However, he never received the prestigious award, becoming an Ace of Aces without the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross under his belt. By 1945, the Germans' war stance had significantly worsened. In Slovakia and Hungary, the Tigers of the 503 Heavy Tank Battalion suffered greatly. By April, only 8 of the 34 mighty German tanks remained, including Knispel's. Nevertheless, he continued to rack up kills. As the month ended, the remnants of the 503 were sent to Vlasitic, a town between Brno and Vienna, and Knispel was promoted to staff sergeant. He departed for his last battle on April 28th. Knispel secured his 168th kill in German-occupied Czechoslovakia. However, he was overwhelmed by Soviet armor. Immobilized and encircled, his Tiger II received a decisive blow, and the legendary Kurt Knispel was mortally wounded. The 23-year-old soldier lost his life just a week before the war ended. Nearly 70 years later, Czech archaeologists discovered 16 German soldiers buried on the church grounds of Verbovec. Identified by his dog tags, the Ace of Aces found his final resting place in 2014. With 126 victories as a gunner and 42 as a tank commander, Kurt Knispel went down in history as one of the most successful ace tankers of the war. His name, however, never became popular, perhaps because he did not get to write a memoir or because he fought for the wrong side of history. Even so, his talent could not be denied. If you enjoyed this content, visit our channel for more stories like this. Please like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Also, let us know in the comments where you are watching from.